I trust you slept well during your first night here? Oh no. What kept you awake? Ah, anxiousness. An interesting type of fear. Oh, the mind and its propensity to preoccupy. Tell me, what thoughts had troubled you? Ah, I see. So you have noticed that this is the way it's been for you. Well, maybe it would be good to know that I too once felt the way you're feeling now when I first arrived to the library. Connolly the Sage approached me just as I'm approaching you now. And it's his teachings which I impart to you. Before we begin to learn the ways to master these unwanted preoccupations, it may be wise to understand what we're dealing with. And I want to remind you that what I tell you, I do not consider truth, and that it's only true that I think this way. And by all accounts, the way I tend to think tends to be outside the norm. So perhaps we can be outside of the norm together if you're willing to think like I do for a little while. Would that be okay? Excellent. And would you be okay hearing how I think about things overall so I can be certain you're okay with it before we continue? Well, thank you for your willingness to humor this old soul. When I think about emotions or sensations and thoughts, I see them springing to life in a different place, other than where I perceive them happening. I know that fear can beat with the rhythm of my heart, but I believe that fear is created outside of heart's rhythm, a place outside of my conscious awareness. And because of this way of thinking, I build an intention to shift fear from where it's being created, rather than where it marches with the beat of my heart. And so tell me, are you okay with the way I think about things? Splendid. Now, before we begin, let's proceed to the armory so we can continue our conversation.